Thank you very much. Every big achievement starts with a dream. You're right. I just would like to focus, I talked a lot in this conference already, but I would like to focus on two aspects, two main tasks. First of all, fuels. I mentioned it this morning. I showed a graph. 80% of our energy is fuels. It's fossil fuels, subsidized by $5 trillion per year, mostly in Asia. 3 times the world defense budget. That's the first sore point. So that's a big task to replace these fossil fuels very soon because they're finite, they're running out in this century, by renewable energy, by clean renewable fuels. Now, one hope was hydrogen. Actually, I started the Hydrogen ISEO Standard Committee in 2091, but it proved to be not very economical. But we have so-called liquid hydrogen, which I mentioned this morning and again, which is methanol, which can be used for fuel cell vehicles, can be used for cooking. It's the basic feedstock for the chemical industry, and it's not even talked about. I explained it last year, and in the biomass section, they didn't talk about it. From the waste, from the organic waste in India, which is billions of tons per year, you can produce the cleanest fuel and the most sustainable fuel, methanol, as proclaimed by Nobel Prize laureate George Olah in California. He has written a book, I recommend this book. It's called Beyond Oil and Gas, the Methanol Economy. You find him also on the internet. Okay, so that's my first concern, fuels, a huge task. And of course, we have big lobbies behind fossil fuels, which is a big problem. They have lots of money, and they try to belittle renewable energy all the time. Look at the last PP statistics. They mention renewable energy as 4%. The big lie, they don't want it. They're fighting against renewables. And they're big and they're strong. They're making dramatic destruction of the environment. Look at the Gulf of Mexico, this multi-billion damage of the fauna and flora of the coast there. The second focus is, of course, electricity. I'm an electrical engineer, so I love electricity, and I believe, and we are actually in the electrical age. But it's only 20% of total energy. And we have to make electricity by clean technology, by clean systems, which is, of course, solar, it's wind, it's hydropower. I'm very proud of it. In Switzerland, we have 60% hydropower. But it's not nuclear power, the most expensive, the most dangerous technology in the world, in the history. So we should prohibit nuclear power and replace it by sustainable, clean, renewable energy systems, full stop. Now, maybe one more point about fuels. You talk about biofuels, biodiesel. Stop talking about biodiesel. The combustion engines, which were invented in Germany by Mr. Otto, Mr. Diesel in Switzerland, should be prohibited by law. They're so inefficient, so polluting. It's the most polluting thing. 1/3 of the energy goes into transport and all into combustion engines. So I talked to Tata Motors, in fact, they developed a clean nano, which they announced a couple of years ago. They have a hydrogen bus, maybe most of you don't know it. The Chinese have hydrogen buses. And so we should prohibit, it should be in our declaration, we should prohibit combustion engines, full stop. Because they are very damaging to the environment, very inefficient, and the play game of the lobbies. Okay, so that's my few remarks. I wish you well. I have big hopes in India, because you have good engineers. You send 2 good engineers to Switzerland. One developed a multi-layer solar cell in Neuchâtel, Arvind Shah, and another one developed a new thin film mass-produced system in Zurich. They should come back to India, and they should implement it here large scale. And please banks, government finance these things, and then we have a sustainable energy for all country, according to Ban Ki-moon, the Secretary General of the United Nations. Thank you.